Hi, it's Miss Sherry. I'm here to tell you another story from the Bible, and we know everything in the Bible is true. Do you remember when Jesus fed the 5,000 people and he gave them bread and fish? Well, the people sure remembered it. They came to him the next day and they asked for something. They wanted more bread. They were hungry again and they said, "Jesus, where's our bread?" Well, the thing that Jesus needed to tell them was not where to get the bread. He had something that was a little harder for them to understand. I'm a teacher, and sometimes I teach lessons I know my students are going to find difficult to understand. And when that happens, I see some things that happen. I see students that look like this. How does he look? He looks tired. And sometimes when I teach a hard lesson, students get sleepy. I don't understand. I'm just confused. I want to lay down my head. Sometimes they look like this. How does this person look? They're so frustrated. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to pull my hair out. That's what sometimes my students look like. And sometimes my students look like this. How does he look? He looks like he's having a tantrum. And I've had students do this before because they don't understand. And that's what the students did who were listening to Jesus. Well, what was the message that was so hard for them to understand? They came and asked him for real bread to eat. Bread like this cracker I have. They said, "Jesus, give us bread." But he told them, no. And he said, "I'm going to give you the bread of life." And the bread of life, Jesus said, is him. He said, "I am the bread of life." Well, what does that mean? Jesus is a person. I can't take a bite like I can of this cracker. But let's think for a second about what happens when I take a bite of this cracker. What happens is the cracker goes into my body, and my body takes the nutrients out of the cracker. And those nutrients go into all of my cells, all over my body, and they make me healthy and strong. So what is Jesus saying when he says, "I am the bread of life"? Jesus is telling us that he is the only thing we really need. He is going to, when we accept him into our heart, make our hearts healthy and strong. Well, the people didn't like that. They still acted like this guy because they wanted bread right then and there. They didn't want to wait to learn about Jesus and have Jesus in their heart, and so they left. Jesus turned to his followers, his disciples, and he said, "Are you going to leave me too?" And one of them replied something really, really important. He said, "Jesus, you have the words of life. Where would we go?" And that is really important to remember, that the words of life, the things that will make our heart whole, all come from Jesus. Bread is good, water is good, but Jesus is the best thing for our hearts.